Benefits and salutations, people. It's time for some Lucas Fun Circus. I don't think that's the name of the game here. There you are. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Woo! Everybody sing along. Just like the beginning of the movie. On the circus train. Artists and animation, Steve Purcell, Mike Ebert, and Martin Cameron as Bucky, as always. The Scum Story System by Eric Wilmunder and Ron Gilbert, yes. Quite the intro. Barnett College, New York, 1938. And there's Marcus Brody. Oh, Marcus. Indy, you're back. Yes, and I have the Cross of Coronado. Wonderful. I know how long you've been looking for that. All my life. Indy, why are you all wet? Don't ask. I really have to get out of these wet clothes. Is there a dryer back there, or just your own personal? Hi, I'm Indiana Jones. Welcome to my game. You can press F5 at any time to say your game progress. Hooray! Hey there, Tony Gold. You played this before? Yes, but I used to suck at the action. You know, the fighting places, so I never played the game through. Because I really sucked at them. But I'm sure I can handle them these days. Hopefully. I can't be too sure. But I hope I can. I hope I can. Go with the wits path and not the fists path. Is there a choice? I think that's in Fate of Atlantis, where you can have either wits, fists, or team. But I don't remember there being, you know, a choice in this one. Let's take a look around, shall we? It says locker room. It's chained to the bell. Well, it should be. You were going to recommend the fists path. You remember this having one too. I don't remember. Hey there, Gabriel. Thought you were going to follow up with, but I've been practicing the fighting. I'm really good at it now. I have not practiced the fighting at all. Yep, you're right. My bad memory fails me once again. Told you. Yep, that's in Fate of Atlantis. Not this one. This does not have any paths. You just play the game. I know my LucasArts games, man. I know them well. Hey there, Specky. Hey there, Grumble. No music in this one? No, it is a DOS version. I thought there would be some music playing here, but apparently there isn't. I don't know why. I mean, we can check here in asetukset. Musiikki, äänieffekti, yeah, that's music and sound effects. They should be there. There is music in certain places from what you remember. Yeah, in some places, but not everywhere. This, right. The starts. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's use the mallet so we can practice here. And they're off. Do, 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 do. It's a large bell used during fights. The mallet is chained to the bell. I know. Not in my good suit. I'd get it all wrinkled and sweaty. So I guess we need to go to the locker room and change up there. Hey there, Richard. Pfft, he put on the hat. Of course he did. Hi, Dr. Jones. Would you like me to spar with you? Go easy on me. I'm a bit out of shape. Come on. Huh. Gotcha. 10 minutes later. Want to go again? I think I'll pass for now. Maybe another time. Just a little bit of practice, you know. Hello there, hearts. Wanna go to the stream? So what I need to do at least is in the options to get the text speed to go a bit slower. It's a bit fast. Hey there, Yasu. Those tennis socks show what a badass indie is. Yeah, I just started, Richard. Yeah. We're really right at the beginning of the game. You love how he has more punch power than the boxing coach. And well, it was the easiest of the choices there. So if I had put on the hardest of the choice, then he would have more punch power than Indiana. Säkin oot Suomesta. Okei, tervetuloa. Saa puhua suomea mun chatissa sitten. Just telling Harsa that they can talk Finnish in my chat if they want to. It's not. It is in the rules nowadays on my Twitch channel that you can speak Finnish if you're from Finland. You can avoid most fights in the game by dialogue at least, but not always. I know. There are some places where you have to fight. Let's see if the text is going a bit slower now. It's a large bell used during fights. Yeah, it's a bit slower. Huomasin, kun tekstit oli suomeksi valikossa. Yep. Noticed when the text is in Finnish in the stuff down there. Only when you are from Finland. Well, if you're Finnish, but you don't, you know, if you can't understand Finnish and you can write Finnish, then you can type in Finnish. Yeah, I got that right. How do you say hi in Finnish? Hei. Terve. Yes, that sounds about right. Yep, told you. There are various treasures and artifacts that I brought back from my expeditions. So they're just only your expeditions, Professor? Or is it Dr. Jones? It's Dr. Jones. I can't look at Marcus? Really? It's a bunch of trophies that the archaeology department won. Damn, that's a lot. There's talk. I was wondering where he's talk to. Hello again, Marcus. Did I miss anything while I was gone? Let's see. Remember last month Professor Mowbray asked you to date that expensive Mexican statue he'd bought? Well, yes, that cheap imitation. Of course, he didn't believe me until I broke it in half to show him the cross-section. That may have been a bit harsh, considering his situation. Why, Marcus, have you lost your sense of humor? You'll have to be the judge of that. It seems a bit unfair to catch the lad coming and going. Coming and going? What do you mean? You see, we've hired a new geologist who fancies himself quite the archaeologist. He advised Mowbray to buy that statue. After my job, eh? Who is this expert? His name is John Reed. Don't know what the geology department had in mind when they picked him up. Well, never mind. Congratulations on obtaining the cross. Thanks. We can discuss my honorarium later over dinner and champagne. My, Indiana Jones, are you asking Marcus for a date? Mitä kuuluu is about the only finish you know. Well, that is, how you doing? What I love about this is that it loosely follows the movie's plot, but also adds additional content and subplots. Yep. It's basically the movie, but it has added a lot of stuff. You will, Dr. Jones, you will become a true believer. You think we even screwed up the typing of that? No, you got it right. What moonbone? Harmikin näistä Indiana Jonesista ei ole tullut remake-versioita. True. They really should remake all of these Indiana Jones games as well, just like they've done with Day of the Tentacle, Monkey Island 1 and 2, and Full Throttle. It would be great to see them do these games remade. Someone is behind door number... Students, please be patient. I'm sure Dr. Jones will be back soon. But we've been waiting for him to sign our cards all day. Ah. There really should be more sound effects here. Irene, what's happening here? Oh, Dr. Jones, I'm so glad you're back. These students are very upset. Yeah, it's easy to tell. Okay, let's talk to the students. Just a moment, folks. I'm sure we can work something out. What are you going to do in the next class? Please relax. I have a solution that is fair for everyone. Well, as long as there's a fair way. Irene, take down names and I will see everyone in order. That's pretty much how it goes in the movie. That won't hold them for long. I'd better not go back in there. Quality sound effects provided by SpiderMwa. Not just sound effects, but also voice acting. Do the movie drinking game rules apply here? Whenever someone says Dr. Jones or the theme tune plays, take a shot. Of course. I mean, they said Dr. Jones at least 3 times, so that's 3 shots already. Hey, look, Sam and Max. They haven't even... That just realized they haven't remade Sam and Max. They really should. I mean, of course, there are the other 3D seasons of Sam and Max, but they really should redo the remake, the Hit the Road. Tallinn. The Office. I really should check if... do you guys mind if I close the game, check out the options for the game that I had set up? You would love more Wallace and Gromit games. That would be actually cool, seeing more Wallace and Gromit. I've never actually seen any of the Wallace and Gromit games. Yeah, options, just to go check the options, see if the... There should be music here. I remember there being music in the school everywhere. Or I could be wrong. At least I remember there being music in the office. Was there? Somebody check a video of this game. They were quite funny. I'm sure they were, because Wallace and Gromit are funny. So, totem pole, we can take a look at that. I recovered this from a strange Brazilian tribe that worships dogs and rabbits. Of course you did. I see some difficult times ahead. So it's a real crystal ball. So what is this mask then? I got this from an African shaman near Kinshasa. That's a reference to Zack McCracken. A crystal shard. That's another reference to Zack McCracken, I hope. It's just a chunk of crystal I found in a Mayan temple. It's no use to me, but some flakes in San Francisco wanted. Yep, that's Zack McCracken. So what is this mask? I used this for Halloween when I was a boy. Really? Okay. Yeah, there was music in the intro. Yes. So I guess this area just doesn't have music then. They're just some old skulls. Oh. Just some old skulls. It's full of solvent. I use it to clean things. Can we take that with us? It's too dangerous to carry this with me. Because it's solvent. Are those the stones from Temple of Doom? These are replicas of the Sankara stones I recovered about 3 years ago. And that's the thing people don't know about Temple of Doom. It is not actually a sequel, it is a prequel to the Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade. A lot of people actually don't know that. It actually is the whole Temple of Doom story is before the events of this and the Ark of the Covenant. You'll get music when you fly to another country. Okay. You thought it was a sequel, huh? See? A lot of people don't know. Temple of Doom, the time era when it happens, I think is 1935. So at least, like, a year or 2 years before the events of the Raiders and... Well, this is a 38, so it's 3 years before this. But a year or two before the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just some old books and worthless trinkets. A hot water heater. It's very warm. A hot water heater, so does it heat the hot water? I mean, is the water already hot? That's a joke somebody made at one point. I won this medal in the boxing tournament. So you're quite the boxer. Can we pick it up? I don't need to take this with me. There's a map, there's a map. It's a strange map drawn with crayons. Another reference to Zack McCracken. They really love their Zack McCracken. Then again, so do I. Zack McCracken is a great game. I don't need to take this with me. It's a statue of a 1,000-year-old falcon. It really means a lot to me. I don't want to give the statue to anybody. I wanted to pick up the statue. Is that a rubber ducky down there? At the bottom right corner? That's a duck. Well, Indiana Jones apparently gathers all kinds of weird stuff. These were given to me by a student in Sculpture 101. Cool. Family, a friend of ours, was actually in that movie. Very cool. Tätä peliä tuli lapsena pelattua ja Atlantista. I prefer to play Fate of Atlantis a lot more than this. Because I really sucked at the action parts in this game. But I really enjoyed Fate of Atlantis a lot more. Quack, quack. Indeed. Welcome back from dinner. Hopefully it was a nice dinner. It's just junk mail. Well, let's go through it. Just pick them all up. It's more junk letters. It's just papers. Nothing important. It's a package from my father. This looks important, but I'll leave this other junk here. Good. It's a package from my father. It's my father's grail diary. I don't see anything pertinent right now. So we can't look at it, we cannot open it. Can we use it? That doesn't seem to work. Okay. It's a beautiful day out there. Today. Well, let's get out of here. Dr. Jones, come with us, please. Okay, but we're just going with them, apparently. Good morning, Dr. Jones. I hope I'm not used to such unorthodox methods of introduction. I'm sorry if my men inconvenienced you. My name is Walter Donovan. I know who you are, Mr. Donovan. Your contributions to the museum have been extremely generous. And I must say, some of your pieces here are quite impressive. Like yourself, I have a passion for antiquities. Have a look here, over here. You might find this interesting. Early Christian symbols, middle 12th century, I'd say. Where did you find it? In the mountains north of Ankara. Can you translate it? The top portion is missing, but the rest... A spring welling up inside him for eternal life, through the desert to the canyon of the crescent moon. Where the cup that holds the blood of the Jesus Christ, our Lord, resides forever. The Holy Grail, Dr. Johnson. It will bring eternal life to whoever drinks from it. An old man's dream. Every man's dream, including your father. He is the foremost Grail scholar in the world today. In any case, an attempt to recover the Grail is underway. But the slab's incomplete. You don't know where to look. This slab is one of 2 markers left by 3 knights during the First Crusade. This Franciscan manuscript tells of the second marker buried with one of the knights. It suggests that the description of the Grail can be found on the way to the knight's tomb. It also says a painting was made of the Grail that answers a question my father had. Does the Grail actually glow? But it doesn't say where the knight's tomb might be found. Our team leader believes it is in Venice, Italy, and that is where he disappeared. We'd like you to take over his quest. You've got the wrong Jones. You should talk to my father. We already have. He's the man who disappeared. Dun dun dun. And that's how it begins. Name the famous Indicium Tum Shiva Kevishwas Kartheho. I got it from my daddy. I got it. Hey, where'd you get that body from? Nana made corned beef pie and cauliflower. Easy to kidnap that guy. I love that you can turn on stuff. But you can also turn it off, you know. I wonder if there's anything that we can take from the college. For sale, complete set of books by Professor Ravenswood. Now, there's a reference to the Lost Ark. And also, it wasn't Ravenswood. I thought it was Ravenwood. He was the professor who taught Indiana everything he knows. For sale, 6,000 rats, 500 snakes. Call S. Spielberg. Oh, 6,000 rats, 500 snakes. Ooh, that's how many animals they used in Little Lost Ark. Or the Raiders of the Crusade. They're the later Raiders of the Lost Ark. There it is. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Crusaders. Build your own rice casserole. It's not build your own, cook your own. Offered boxing lessons. See the coach. Yeah, been there, done that. For sale, 1 space in Dr. Jones's class. Best offer. Somebody wants to get out of the class. For sale, a classic Model T, complete with fuzzy dice. Model T with fuzzy dice. I think that's a reference to American Graffiti. For sale, complete set of books. Alright. He says it repeatedly when he's fighting Mola Ram on the rope bridge in Temple of Doom. Yeah, because he betrayed Shiva. Oh yeah, that is what Indy says. Yes, Tum Shiva Kevishvas Kartheo. Making the Sankara stones to burn up. There's a class in session. Bye. Can we use the drinking fountain? Tastes great. So that's great. Is there another session going? Yep. No Marcus around. So there's nothing else to do around here, I guess. At least I don't remember being anything important in the office to pick up. Other than the diary. So, let us travel to Henry's house. What a mess. I wonder what they were looking for. I wonder if it's this diary Dad sent me. Oh yes, I remember these books. I just as soon forget them. Not good books then. Everything that was in it is on the floor. None of those papers on top mean anything. They're just a lot of old books. I read them many times. I'd rather not. There's probably nothing in there but an old egg. But hey, we could use that in an airplane. After seeing this mess, I'd rather leave it alone. The actual translation of that is, you believe in Shiva. Obviously, he follows it up with you betrayed Shiva. Yep. It's a painting I did when I was a little boy. It's a trophy my father won. Can we push the painting to make it not crooked? I can't move it. Okay. There's the answer. And go through Dad's underwear? Never. Nothing under the bed. It's of our old house in the 4 corners. No, I'll leave it there. I can see into the neighbor's yard. Whoops! How embarrassing. Tell us what you saw, Indy. The audience must know. Ootko pelannut Monkey Island remakeä? Joo, mä tein aikoinaan niistä Let's Play-sarjat 1 ja 2. Hartsa was asking about the Monkey Island remakes if I played them. And I have a Let's Play series of both of them. I don't see anything special about it. I'll just put it down here. Over here. Can we pull the tablecloth? You don't see anything special about anything, do you? It's locked. Where could he have hidden a key? There's no paper in it. Pelasin sen 1 läpi uudestaan, niin kyllä se on helppo tai tuntuu helpolta. No mä tossa oliko se... milloin? Sunnuntaina pelasin sitä ykköstä Amigalla livestreamissä. Ihan huvikseen. Se on yksi mun lempipeleistä, niin oli pakko pelata, kun teki mieli. Kun joku ehdotti, kun meni hermot chakrakkiin. Mut se on ihan helvetin hyvä peli. Aina tykännyt. Sorry that I'm talking in Finnish, it's because Hartsa is speaking in Finnish. I go automatically into Finnish mode. He was just... Hartsa was just saying that they played a Monkey Island 1 through recently. And I mentioned that I played it on Sunday. Where, oh where, could a key be? Nice day out there. Oh look, it's Chuck the Plant from Maniac Mansion. Hi Chuck. Can we pick up Chuck? I can't pick that up. I don't see anything special about it. Can we push the bookcase? Okay. Aha! A sticky tape. It's kind of lumpy. So we open the sticky tape? I can't get the tape open, it's just too sticky. Where could we use it to open it? I mean, one of the best ways to open a sticky tape is to steam it. So you get rid of the glue. It's just too sticky. Kinda love how they animate it when everybody talks, it's just their head moving a lot. Just like in Monkey Island 2. Just heads moving up and down as they talk. I mean, this is how you normally talk, isn't it? Gonna hurt my neck. Do we have anything here that we can use? That doesn't seem to work. Thought it would have. Anybody else got any bright ideas on how to open this sticky tape? It's been such a long time since I played this, so I don't remember much about it. Can't get it open, it's too sticky. That's the problem, Jace. I need something stronger than water to open it. Oh yeah, there's there's the solvent in the freaking office. I was so focused on the references that I forgot the useful stuff. So use the sticky tape. Use the sticky tape in the solvent jar. That seems to be working. Hey, there's a key in here. And now we travel back to Henry's house. And now we use a small key in the chest. And now we look what we find. This is the diary I made when I was a little boy. It was supposed to look like my father's grail diary. So I don't see anything special about it. So now we have a copy of the grail diary. So we can fool the Nazis with. Haha! Fooled you! The plane to Venice. I'm glad that you can hear the music. Ah, Venice. How are you supposed to recognize our contact, Dr. Schneider? Maybe he'll recognize us.
Dr. Jones?
Yes?
I knew it was you. You have your father's eyes.
And my mother's ears, but the rest belongs to you.
Looks like the best parts have already been spoken for. Marcus Brody? That's right. I'm Dr. Elsa Schneider.
Oh. So, could you tell me about my father's disappearance?
Of course. We were working in the library when it happened. I'll show you. Why don't you two go ahead without me? I think I'll take a nice relaxing gondola ride.
Very well, Marcus. Dr. Schneider, you will lead the way. Well, it was quiet for me because these had turned off. This is the library. It looks more like a church.
You couldn't be more right. It was a church during the Crusades. Now, just before your father vanished, he was wondering something about Roman numerals. He said he searched everywhere for them, without success. The library should be closing soon. I'll make sure we won't be bothered. Then we can take a look around. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Hey, you!
I doubt he'll be much trouble, Dr. Schneider.
Huh.
Hang on. Music. Sound effects. Accept. Continue. Now can you hear something? Now you should be able to hear the thumping. So what is my life? What is Irene? Only some areas have it, yep. It says donated by Giorgio Lucasi. It's in Italian. These are sentimental books, but nevertheless they move me. G. Galilei. It says dedicated to my favorite little library from a lover of fine literature. D. Alighieri. Donated in honor of Count Spielbergeron. Let me read that again. Spielbergeron the Emblino. Of course. I can't look at this plaque? That's what I thought. It's an archaic Italian. For a great library, even if it is in the second-rate city. Romulus and Remus. Oh, the jokes. These books aren't very interesting. Pfft. Sure. That search for Roman numerals everywhere? Well, let's take a look at the diary. Note the particular care taken in drawing the shield, the areas above it, and the angels. The cryptic message below seems to have something to do with Roman numerals and stone pillars. If ye would enter, follow the third on the right. Follow the third on the right. It's inscribed with these symbols. 1, 4, 7. Someone cut the cut numbers into the stone. 2, 3, and 9. It looks very similar to the picture in the diary. Okay, so we got 3. So it's the sword through the shield, 2 angels, and 3 cups up there. Yeah, that's almost the same. That just doesn't have a sword. I'm sorry, but you have to answer in the form of a question. Yeah, what is Irene? The Venice Cafe is supposed to have music, but for some reason you couldn't hear it. It was extremely quiet, Goblin. It was there, but it was just super quiet. Even I couldn't hear it. Or barely heard it. They are clear fabrication, line 3. And my deep indignation, line 4, is just driving me out of my mind. These inscriptions just make me see red. An empathic librarian said these, so there's some kind of story going here. I don't see anything special about it. An empathic librarian said, these inscriptions just make me see red. They are clear fabrication, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Jesus, up there. You found an old box of Legos, was meaning to be there at the start of the stream, but Legos are time-traveling figures that advance time faster than usual. Yep, if you find Legos, you have to. Just don't apologize to anything or such. If you got Legos, you play with them. Immediately. Why a duck? G marks. Yeah, that is a good question. Groucho. Why a duck? You're supposed to be reading the books, not the plaques. But the plaques are more interesting than the books. Superb library, but dull ceiling. Mike Angelo. Could use more books on aviation and painting. Leo da Vinci. Is there gonna be Donatello and Raphael as well? It's just capital how this building refuses to wither away. K marks. Honk. H marks. That makes sense. So no Chico quotes around here then? Aha! There's the sword. This is the place we need to be at. I don't see anything special about it. How about this one? The geography section is rounded out well. See Columbus. The biology section is primitive now, but every day it grows more fit. See Darwin. Ugh. Puns, puns, puns. Let's see, what's the next pun? I'm happy to contribute to this wonderful library, but the use of columns disturbs me. S. Freud. Fabulous layout. I love to start in one spot and work my way around the entire library. F. Magellan. I'd love to stay and support my local library, but I have a craving for Chinese food today. M. Polo. Them jokes, man. Them jokes. Thank you, Jace. Perfect timing. It looks just like the picture in the diary. There's an ancient inscription, 354. I see some numbers carved here, 925. Speaking of church art, has anyone seen the famous Jesus fresco restoration in Borja, Spain? I don't think I have. Hey there, Adam 1212. 1212. Adam 212. And why didn't my alert go off? We saw the, thanks for the bits, by the way. But we saw the alert come up. But I didn't hear it. Oh, that's why I didn't hear it. These turned off again. Oh yeah, now I know why they turn off so fast. Hang on. Oh, it's the settings in these. When I update, they always go that they go off. Turn off after 5 minutes. I will have to set it back to 30 minutes. Thank you. The one restored by a volunteer is the one where it was blotched really badly. Oh, that one. I want that restoration poster on your wall, framed, of course. It is... Yeah, it is... yeah, you heard it, but I didn't because these turned off. Always after an update on these, they go back to 5-minute sleep mode. So I have had forgotten that, and I had forgotten to turn it to 30 minutes before sleep mode. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, for those who don't know what we're on about, before and after. Yep. That's a classic. That's a classic. So nothing special about that. So, let's take a look at the Grail diary again. Not a particular care taken in drawing the shield, the areas above it, and the angels, yeah. The cryptic message below seems to have something to do with Roman numerals and stone pillars. If you would enter, follow the 3rd on the right. So is there some kind of an inscription on the window that we need to read? Don't think so. And 3rd on the right, so V, as in 5. Why did they botch it so bad? Because the person who did it was an amateur, while they were telling everybody that they know how to restore this, that they are good with restoration, but they were just an old woman who didn't have, you know, a good eyesight anymore or something. Yeah, old woman who perhaps wasn't all quite there anymore. Yep. I mean, it was just an old woman who did the restoration, and everybody had said that she was good with... she had artistic skills. Apparently in the past. Because, judging from that, she didn't have them anymore. So, yeah. Wonderful job on that. She did improve it. It was just some boring generic painting before. True, she made new art. Indeed made new art. Now let's pick up one of these metal posts. And we save the game. To the library. And now we use the metal post on the V. What was that noise? You there! Don't move! We moved, alright. Ah, we're in the Paris Skull Catacombs, apparently. At least we got some music. If you ever had a tattoo, you'd want the restored painting on your arm. Not even religious, you just love hilarious mistakes that much. Have you seen hilarious mistakes of tattoos on people? There are some that are just sad. Somewhere, the Phantom of the Opera lurks. Oh, wait. And speaking of artistic skills, the other awesome art restoration was in the Yunzi temple in China. They hired amateurs who turned an ancient painting into a Disney art piece. Ironically, you'd have to get a really good tattoo artist to do that well, yeah. Halt! Hauspass! What is this, Castle of Wolfenstein now? Or Castle of Wolfenstein, not off Wolfenstein, Castle of Wolfenstein. Halt! Hauspass! I hope I'm going the right way here. Oh, hello. So, what is this then? Just tunnels, tunnels, tunnels. Nothing to pick up, apparently. Well, let's go to this. I'm sure it is a laughable restoration. I have a better feeling of this more bluish tunnel here. Hope I'm going the right way.
Oh, hi, dead people. How's your sex life?
Now that is one of the most secure libraries I have ever seen. Hey there, Jup. This part is amazing.
Funny.
Apparently I'm going all the wrong ways. And they certainly made it look like it was from Milan or something. It's not... Why did they add the... What? That's really the restoration of the above picture? They didn't even try to make it look the same. They even turned the guy into a woman. What is that, Mulan? Well, this is what happens when you give it to amateurs and you don't give them any guidance on what it should look like the original, maybe? It's held in place by hard, dry mud. It's held in place by hard, dry mud. Well, let's whip it. That's not what I carry a whip for. Okay, then you use the red cord on it to pull it off. That doesn't seem to work. Push it. Push it. Pull it. Fine, I need to find some water then. Or something. Hey there, Skellies. Have you seen Guybrush around? The people aren't even standing in the same positions. They turned the guy into a woman and they added children in the picture. What the fuck were they thinking when they were making that? Artistic license? No! That's not what their job. It's supposed to be restoration, it's supposed to look like what it was supposed to look like in the past. That's what restoration is. There is no artistic license with restoration. It has to look exactly what it was supposed to look like back in the day. That is a disgrace. I mean, they got the style. I'll give them that they had skill to draw. But when it comes to restoration, they don't have skill at all. That is just... wow. May everyone's day be a good one. That's always good to say. They just painted over it with their own version, and the version is bad. When it comes to historically correct, it's bad. But when it comes to its own art, it's glorious. You'll post the article on Discord, it's worth a read. Okay. They turned the two crossed fans, which the women are holding over the man's head, into a fucking headdress. Yep. Wonder if there was something I needed to do with that slab. Maybe I can pull it? I can't get a grip on it. Use the red cordon. Use the whip. Fine. Did Google Deep Dream restore this painting? It's like they didn't know what anything even is or how to interpret. If it had been Deep Dream, it would have been even more disturbing. I mean, it's just a nice new rendition of the scene, I guess. But the Deep Dream would have made it horrific. I think we found the exit. I don't want to get to the exit yet. Ah, there's the casket. I can't reach it. Okay, we need to get there from the other side. Somehow. So if that's over there on the other side, so we need to go down here somewhere. Hello, water, my old friend. Do I use the red cordon with the pool of water? That doesn't seem to work. I need to find something that I can dip into the water so we could get that torch. The torch will be important to us. I mean, it was in the movie. That's how we kept the rats away. Hey there, sir. What's Google Deep Dream? Should I look it up? Are you frightened easily, Mew, with disturbing imagery? Like a lot of freaky faces, a lot of eyes, and that kind of stuff? Or do you... Now, Goblin, before you look it up, just like Mew, it looks cool. Okay, so if you're not disturbed by weird imagery of weird faces and lots of eyes and all that, go ahead and look. Just type into the image search like some painting like Mona Lisa and then add Deep Dream to it. And Google image search will change it into a Deep Dream version of Mona Lisa. Hey there, Ivysaur. This isn't LucasArts, this is Taito, never mind. What are you talking about? Of course this is LucasArts. What you talking about, Ivysaur? Shame that there's no skulls around to carry water in. True. So true. Why can't we just pick up anything? I guess, well, Indiana is, after all, a archaeologist. He doesn't want to disturb the dead, you know? Respect the dead. And all that jazz. Somehow I broke the game there. I was able to go through the wall. Okay. This game belongs in a museum. Well, that's the title on YouTube. This is the first part of the game and it's called that This Belongs in a Museum. After all, you gotta quote the movie if you're gonna play a game based on the movie. Is there really nothing I can pick up here? Oh. Aha! There is something. We can pick up the hook. It's an old pirate's hook. Sorry for the loss of your arm there, man. Just got back from a cruise to the Bahamas and been playing Octopath Traveler on and off with Overcooked 1 and 2. Overcooked is so much fun with a group of people. So I've heard. Hey there, Petri. Never got even this far with the library's ancient Mac. Believe me, I can handle anything after learning about crocodile. Do not, I repeat, do not Google images of that unless you have a strong stomach. I've seen my share of all kinds of weird stuff, so I think I can stomach it. But the deep dream is something that I can't stomach, because mostly it gives me images of eyes and stuff like that, and I hate seeing lots of eyes. Eyes creep me the fuck out. I was lucky that I didn't have any nightmares after seeing images like that. Because I was sure I was gonna get some nightmares, but I didn't, so I was lucky. Captain's last stand. And also, Mew, you were starting to ask something. You were saying that, isn't that the one where... ... Unless you were talking about the crocodile one. Even if you have a strong stomach, don't. You shouldn't be saying too much you don't. Now I'm getting curious about this crocodile thing. Makes me want to look at it. Even worse, don't search for it on YouTube. The YouTube one almost made you sick. Crocodile is a Russian heroin laced with DDT or something. You're a horror lover and used to blood and gore. Me too. I'm used to blood and gore. I watched the shit out of The Thing. And I still watch it a lot. Because The Thing is the best. You know what it does, you don't want to upset other people, huh? Was it the flesh-eating drug? Thanks for the heads up, I won't. Basically, it rots your extremities. Oh, it's that kind of thing, okay. Maybe I won't then take a look. Yeah, that will be too gruesome. I mean, I can handle fake stuff a lot. Like I said, movies are a thing that I can easily handle. But if it's real stuff... I can barely watch accident videos, you know. Where somebody breaks a bone or something. Those are like... makes me cringe. I can't handle those kind of videos. That doesn't seem to work. Can I use the hook with the red cord? And that doesn't seem to work. It's a cheap drug to produce, but it turns people into walking zombies or skeletons. Trust me, you're better off not seeing it. It's saddening too. Probably. Not gonna watch it. Kind of where moving genes also pulls flesh with it. So it's the drug makes your body to rot. Yeah. I'll leave the rotting walking corpses to Walking Dead. Thank you very much. Don't need to see the real stuff. Water. I hate water. Is it only because you just were swimming in the ocean to get the cross that you got? Heading out of these tunnels might be a worth try too. Yeah, because I can't do anything here, so maybe we should leave the tunnels for now. Come back later. Once saw this presentation of eye surgery that was meant for a G-rated American audience. Still makes your skin crawl with the use of razor blades. I've seen those kind of videos too, and they are icky. Let's make Indiana dance. I have no idea where I'm going. I have lost my way. Somebody tell me where to go. Help. I am lost. Olisiko se pelkkä koukku käynyt siihen luukkuun äskeisessä paikassa? No ehkäpä. Sinne mä yritän just päästä. Move, Indy. You dumbass. There we go. I don't see anything special about it. Somebody's either crying there or really gorging into their food. Zombies are neat, but not real life. Why wouldn't they hate water? Because of the beginning of the game. To be honest, even any ordinary surgery makes you wonder how they even do it. Yeah, true. Medicine is a interesting concept. His eyes are on the girl in the corner and his book is upside down. I wonder what he's doing, really. She looks pretty bored. I can't say I blame her. He can't decide between fettuccine and veal. I mean, that would be... I didn't want to walk down back into the freaking... Ah, Venice. Why would anyone want a cat when they could have a dog? Some people are just cat lovers, Indiana. She's just a sweet old Italian woman, having dinner with her cat. I can't say much for his table manners, but I marvel at his appetite. It was actually I'm not sure how to say what this show was. They'd make shorts out of topics they thought would entertain. Perhaps they were the first nationwide news on the super skill. I need to read everything first. You can hear the music. Good. Want more of this music? Good. Try to turn her on. I'll try. Perhaps we're the first nationwide news on the super skills of Tiger Woods. She's either in love, or there's something in the wine. He's either in love, or drunk on this bad wine. Or both. And we cannot talk to any of these people? Hey there, Turgan. It's a beautiful example of Persilian design, and it's full of water. Water that you hate now, for some reason. Oh, wait, before we open the door. Save. Venice. Wall of text! Maybe Indy's thirsty. This sounds like the PC version. It is. One time, my mom and I tried to watch an old videotape about breast cancer where someone interviewed a woman who needed a double mastectomy. Mom thought that it would be a school-type documentary about disease and surgery. But nope, it was an adult presentation about the sexual politics of mastectomy. The woman described how she and her husband needed to discuss how she should be touched, or if she should be left alone. So Mom turned it off. Never even heard of how it's made. It's a bunch of mini documentaries about how stuff gets made. Yep. Actually, I think they've shown that show here in Finland. It's locked. I guess Elsa couldn't keep the library open any longer. Apparently there's nowhere else to go but the freaking sewage system. It's very dull, but the kind of dull that gently lifts you off to sleep. Except the eye surgery one. So now that we're stuck here... You did kind of tear apart the floors inside the library. Probably considered a crime scene now. Yeah. Saanko antaa vinki? Only if I ask for it, Hartsa. And when I ask for a hint, then you can give me a hint. How it's made showed eye surgery. Well, you know... It's not all about engineering. Maybe they should have called it how it's done, instead of how it's made. I don't want to disturb him. I don't want to disturb her. I don't want to disturb him. Was there something in the office or somewhere where I could have gotten a thing that I need? Like a sponge? Or a cup? Or a bucket? Or is there something here that I can take on these tables? Or maybe I can pick up the wine bottle? Mind if I take this? Indeed I do! We're not done with our fine wine yet. Is there anything else that I could take? Or at least try to take? Apparently not. I don't see anything special about it. Can I turn off the fountain? That doesn't seem to work. Bummer. Can we use the fountain with a hook? No. Use the red cord with the fountain. Where is the jump into the fountain option? I can just imagine him trying to plug the holes of the fountain. Indeed, he would go that far, I'm sure of it. You never know. It's an adventure game. Gotta try everything. That doesn't seem to work. Fine, then walk in there. It's one way to do it. Smooth.
Another visitor.
Ah, thank you for the follow.
Stay forever.
Kiitti tuosta, Hartsa.
An old art teacher once talked about the ancient fountains of Greece. She was very impressed with how they figured out how to pump water uphill in the ancient days. Yep, they were smart. They were some smart people. No Hartsa, jos sulla on vinkki, anna pieni vinkki. Älä spoilaa täysin, anna vaan joku pieni hinttivinkki. Mä en kyllä keksi mitään, mitä tässä voisi tehdä. I don't know what to do, so I'm asking Hartsa to give me a hint. In the meanwhile, I'll make Indiana dance. Do the indie. Actually, I'm not sure how they pulled it off without electricity either. Surely not slave labor. Water wheels and one-way valves. Yep. I mean, Romans were the first ones who figured out plumbing. How that system works. And then the Greece people just learned it and took it over and made it into a fountain. Or something. Maybe I should have opened up my own hint system here that I used for other games if I get stuck. Hint system, let's go for it. Where are you? I, Indiana Jones and Fate of Atlantis, Last Crusade, there you are. Venice. Catacombs. What are those red dots? Red dots? Could be eyes. Could be rat's eyes. Don't worry about them. That's how the hints went for the red eyes. How do I get the torch? It's really caked on there, yeah. The body's sure hard, I know. You were at the right place before. When I was outside here? I'm sure it has to do something with the wine bottle. Right? Am I right about that? That I need the wine bottle? Either the ancient Romans or ancient Greeks, can't remember which, had community toilets. Romans. And it was horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. The community toilets were disgusting. That was something that I was thinking of. Fountains draining water downhill could drive water wheels that powered the simple pumps, but he didn't think that one-to-one energy exchange would be possible. So I need to get that wine bottle somehow. How about we just whip it? We hook it. We red gourd in it. Can I pull this chair from under her? That will be funny. Maybe we whip the cat? No, don't got them. Am I close with the cat? Back from the fridge and nothing has happened? Not really much. Still figuring it out. Is the cat to do with anything, Eldritch? I mean, if Eldritch remembers this game, I'm gonna be using Eldritch as my... Ah, you have figured it out. We are using the cold and warm system, like with Goblin I used it. You have caught on. Good. So I need the wine bottle. Somehow. Do I have items that I need to get the bottle with? I'm sure if I get the wine bottle, I can fill the wine bottle with water from the huge pool of water, and I use the water to get the torch off the wall. That's what I'm thinking about. There's also the slab that we found. Need to figure out what to do with that slab. In game, that is. Well, that's the adventure game. They don't usually give you that many hints. You just have to look around and figure it out. You remember most of it. There are some places you might have forgotten. Anyway, you got everything you need to get the bottle. All right. So the cat has nothing to do with it, but I need the... Do I need to use an item to get the bottle? I'm sure of that, but I don't know which item I need to use to get the bottle with. Maybe if I open the bottle... It's already open. Then close it. Doesn't seem to work. Push the wine bottle. Can't move it. Push the lever. I don't want to disturb him. Turn on the lover. She just doesn't have Elsa's charisma. How about turn off the lover? Maybe you could be diplomatic with them? I can't talk to anybody. That's not my style, and he's definitely not my type. Can I give you the red cordon? How about giving you the hook? Read from the old book until they fall asleep. She just doesn't have Elsa's charisma. So I can't pick her up. 1924, a very bad year. I knew that! So now I can pick it up because it's a bad wine? Mind if I take this? Of course not. It was a dreadful wine. There, we got it. Okay. You just had to look at it and recognize that it was an awful wine. Okay. Mazel tov. I'm curious as to why that one guy is either making a pig of himself or in distress. Just eating. A lot of eating. I guess it's Mr. Creosoul before he became hugely fat. Now drink it. All of it. Use wine bottle on yourself. No. Now the bottle is full of water. Good. Now we just need to find the torch. I also need to figure out what we can do with this slab that is here. I mean, obviously we need to move it or something. Now use the wine bottle on the torch. That loosened the mud. Well, that was unexpected. Whoops, the wine bottle broke. Great, nice going, Indy. Okay, so deeper underground. Return the slab, or suffer a curse. That's from Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? One of the weirdest episodes ever. Ah, we gotta go back up from here. That surely will not unplug the whole freaking pool of water that we got the water from just now. I'm sure of it. These look like inscriptions. Wait a minute. This looks familiar. Yes, it describes the grail. My father's diary is right. Either the Persian manuscript Aliyav's sent to Dad, or that letter from Staubig about the Book of Merlin is correct account, the correct account of the Grail. Like I said, my father's diary was right. Persian manuscript Aliyav sent to Dad, or that letter from Staubig about the Book of Merlin is the correct account of the Grail. Can I open the Grail diary here? Okay. So now we know either or thing is correct, so we need to go after them. Now, can we use the hook with a plug? Can we use the red cordon with the hook? That won't work. Pull on the hook. That will be dangerous. Use the whip. Ta-da! Well, so much for that path. I guess that's the only thing that was important around here. Beep, beep. Up and away! It frightened lots of people, yep.
Oh, the slab was a man cover, okay.
So that was the only thing we needed from here for now. Now we just need to get back to the area where the pool was. Because I'm sure it's empty if we can walk there now. Yep. Graceful. Like a deer or a gazelle. Didn't tunnel. Didn't. And there's the hole. Wow, looks deep. Of course it's deep. You were under it. Well, that's something I wasn't expecting to see out here. The machine. I don't see anything special about it. You don't see anything special about it. Nothing that it's a freaking big machine down here in underground. I think it's missing something. So we need to use the red cordon with the machine. There. Ah, Venice. Hyvä Bond on menossa telkkarissa. Huominen ei koskaan kuole. Really? You think Tomorrow Never Dies is a good James Bond movie? It's a kind of a movie to me. It's okay, but... Korjaus, vitu paska action Bond-teineille on menossa. It's not the Tomorrow Never Dies is not the what you would call a classic Bond movie. It's just meh. Wow, that hole's so deep, man. No, not to 50. Hey there, Sharian. Is that the newest one? Gabriel, what was the last James Bond movie that you saw? Roger Moore Bondit on parhaita. Now, Roger Moore James Bond movies were not all of them were the best, but they were good. They were really good. Last time you've seen is the one where the woman drowns, you think? That's no, you got it wrong. Where the woman drowns, that's Casino Royale, and that was before Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace was the sequel to Casino Royale. The last James Bond movie you saw was none of them you've ever seen a single James Bond movie. Really, Mew? And Jace, you haven't seen any of the James Bond movies? So last one you've seen is Quantum of Solace. Yeah, Quantum of Solace is... And Sharian thinks the last one you saw was the first with Brosnan, GoldenEye, which is an excellent movie. GoldenEye is the best of the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies. And the best one of the Roger Moore Bonds is... kind of hard to tell which one is the best. Live and Let Die. Man with the Golden Gun. You love a You Only Live Twice. You Only Live Twice is one of the better Sean Connery ones. But I don't know about the Sean Connery ones, which one of them is the best. Because there were so many good ones with Sean Connery. The worst of the 3 worst Bonds ever made, or worst, is with the I'm the biggest imbecile Russian hacker. So, apparently Petri doesn't like GoldenEye. If you want James Bond, you want Sean Connery. I mean, he was the original. I sense a puzzle in this room. This configuration is labeled correct. This one is labeled certain death. How curious. Certain death is curious. I want that. Certain death. You know, I think Bond is actually a Time Lord. It explains why he's changing faces so much. Actually, one of the theories about James Bond is that the name and the number are both codes. And every James Bond that we see is just a different agent that gets the name and the number. It's just not the name, just not the number, but also the name. That's one of the theories. Golden Gun had Knick Knack, the psychotic dwarf. Yep. I really do like a Golden Gun. Because also Christopher Lee is the bad guy, Scaramanga. Also makes sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, that theory. That kaikkein surkein Bondi on se, missä näyttelee George Lazenby. So in Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's the lamest one. That's actually still the one of the Bond movies that I haven't seen. And I've actually heard that it is a... People say that it is the lamest of the ones, but there are a lot of people who actually say that it is the best one. But I have to make my own decision on that, because that is still the movie that I haven't seen of the Bond movies. It's the only James Bond movie I haven't seen, so I have to get my hands on it somehow in Her Majesty's Secret Service. Somehow GoldenEye seemed kind of boring to you. You consider the game to have served the plot justice. Not saying that Pierce had anything to do with it. Just the movie in general didn't jive with me. Most Lazenby Bondi on hyvä, en tiedä miksi jengi sitä haukkuu. It's all because people give a bad name to In Her Majesty's Secret Service only because it's the only movie that George Lazenby was in, and afterwards George Lazenby became an asshole and demanded way too much stuff, so they called back Sean Connery to be Bond again. It was all because George Lazenby really became a prima donna. He really demanded way too much stuff that would change James. That would have changed James Bond into an awful character. Christopher Lee was nice, Mr. Salamanca, not Salamanca, Scaramanga. That's the name, Scaramanga. It gives the impression that Bond is unbeatable and immortal. Yep, it does. I actually like it if the theory was right that James Bond is it's not because he's immortal, but he's always a different agent when they get the name and number. Your least favorite Bond movie is License to Kill. You hated that scene where the villains executed one of their goons in a hyperbaric chamber. I actually enjoyed that scene a lot, but then again, I'm a twisted-minded fuck. And also, License to Kill is the first movie where Benicio del Toro acted in. He's one of the goons who gets into the heroin grinder at the end. On the other hand, Bond was a blatant rapist with mind-altering male member in Goldfinger. Sorry, it was ages you heard his name. That's okay. Scaremonger? Yeah, pretty much. You saw a document of George Lazenby. He hadn't acted before Bond. He was a car salesman and a model before that. Yep, he was. A car salesman and a model, yeah. But they liked his charisma when he auditioned for the James Bond role, so they got him. And I've heard that he is a very charismatic actor. But afterwards, because of the fame of being James Bond, it went up to his head, and he shoved also shit up there, he became a recluse after that. You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Tricked them into making money, taking money from it, locked them in, pressurized it, then slashed the hose to depressurize it really quickly, and so the guy exploded. Yep, that's what happened. License to Kill. No wait, that's a different Bond movie. What I'm thinking about. A different song, at least. Where was I going? What was I doing? Help. I have lost the track of the game. Basically, he turned second offer down because his agent said that he should be paid like that Connery guy. But also, there was an interview on TV where he appeared on the interview in an odd suit and a full beard, and he wanted to keep the beard in the next James Bond movie. So he would have changed the outlook of James Bond extremely as well. He wouldn't shave the shaggy beard that he had grown. So he really just went... I can't move it. Oh, sorry. Wanted to open it. So, Angel, the buildings, and Dragon. So we just need to push this then. To get the Angel.
Oh, it's one of these. Oh no. Oh no.
Crapiola. Okay, so if we push this to that, then we push this. Whee! That wasn't even certain death. We're back here. What? I am disappointed, game. You were supposed to kill me. I am disappointed. Next, play a Bond game so we can talk about different indie movies. Well, there is a Bond game in the suggestion list that I don't want to play because I hate the game. Right, so the only place we can go to is just that room. I don't think that's how physics work. Yeah, me neither. Yeah. That was a lame instant death. Yeah, we didn't even die. Or did we? Dun dun dun. A View to a Kill. Yeah, that actually is the worst of the Bond movies. Well, not really the worst, but it's one of the worst ones. The View to a Kill, where the main villain is Christopher Walken, and there's also Gracie Jones in the movie. The movie just is so damn bad. It just doesn't make any damn sense in any way. And I wasn't talking about the game. No, that's not the game. I love how Indy turns to face the viewer, stand there for a second, then kind of shrugs, all before falling down the trapdoor. It's cartoony, you know. Almost expect them to hold an Acme sign which reads, "Here we go again," or something. You thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls was alright. No comment. Grace Jones, a bit crazy. Yeah, a bit. That was the only indie movie you saw and it was okay. I hope you have seen the others. Mew, I really hope you have seen the other three. Please tell me you have seen the other Indiana Jones movies. Please tell me you have seen the other Indiana Jones movies. I don't know if I should strangle you or just kindly hug you, then strap you into a chair, force your eyes open, and I will force you to watch the 3 first Indiana Jones movies 6 times in a row, together with me. And then I will show, and I will tell you that the Crystal Skull movie fucking sucks, and the other 3 are awesome. Yeah, Christopher Walken is a Bond villain in A View to a Kill. And also, of the 2 choices that I was saying, Mew, I think I will take the latter, because I don't want to strangle you. Nope. So let's see the picture again. Skull Knight, sword, and a goat man. Okay. Skull Knight, then the sword needs to be here. I did it. Raiders was awesome, Temple of Doom was good, Last Crusade was excellent. Yeah, that's pretty much how I would say them too. I actually enjoy Temple of Doom a lot. People also give crap a lot to Temple of Doom, but I actually enjoy it. I enjoy all of the 3 Indiana Jones. Crystal Skull is just crap. Have you even seen the National Treasure movies? I would suggest just the first one. The second one was just a repetition of the first, in my opinion. But the first National Treasure movie was a bit fun. I liked it. Last Crusade was amazing. Hey, we're playing it right now. Of course it's amazing. And that's a dead end. You gotta remember, when we're talking about movies to Jace has seen a lot more of obscure, weird movies, not the mainstream good movies. Not that I'm saying that the weird movies that Jace has seen are bad, but there are a lot of they're just movies that nobody's ever heard of except him. So if you talk about famous movies around here, you have to also have to tiptoe around Jace, because there's a lot of them that he even hasn't heard of before. Like he says, what are National Treasure movies? Sometimes I am disappointed at Jace as well, but I know him. He just doesn't like watching popular movies. He prefers to watch the really weird, obscure indie movies and such. Have you seen Dagon? That's a really good indie horror movie film. I think you've already talked about that before. By the way, have you played Fate of Atlantis? Many times. I have a Let's Play series of it, Charion, on my YouTube. The soundtrack to Last Crusade is also amazing. Of course, it's John Williams. I know a movie I thought was pretty good. Night at the Museum. Haven't seen that the first and basically only movie in ages, but I remember it being good when you were 14. I've seen the first of the Night at the Museum movies, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a funny movie. Funny movie. Maybe Jace is from the future and all those movies are lost to time. Now it's all about questions to Mew. Have you seen this excellent classic movie? Have you seen this excellent classic movie? How about this one? And when she says no, everybody goes, how dare you? I mean, there's a lot of people who just don't watch movies. That's all about it. Not at the Museum had Ben Stiller, though, so you're not a Ben Stiller fan, I get it. I like Ben Stiller. I think he's fun. I used to watch the show, Ben Stiller's show, when it was on TV. That was freaking hilarious. And also one of the best Ben Stiller movies, Tropic Thunder. I can't look at this obvious chain over here. Okay. I think this area is lacking of things to look at. Why? And here I thought I didn't watch movies. You don't even need to ask me if I've seen any of those movies. I am a movie aficionado. At least I used to be, but I pretty much still am. I love movies. So much fun to watch. I recently rewatched the Infinity War. And something else. Can't remember what. But Infinity War. I watched that again. Going deeper. My family had a VHS of The Spy Who Shagged Me. Mom and Dad never let me watch it for obvious reasons. It's not even that raunchy. It's just the jokes are adult jokes. Still need to watch the uncut Spinal Tap. I still haven't seen any version of Spinal Tap. So you watched the Black Man yet? Don't think I will. All dead ends here. Made a rule to yourself when you were... You made a rule to yourself that since at the time you were 13, yet and therefore not a teenager, you weren't allowed to watch PG-13 movies. Say when you were 13 to 17 for R-rated movies. Huh. You actually followed the rules. Sneakily recruits SpiderMwa into the Darkest Dungeon. To the game Darkest Dungeon? Also, Sharian, are you here because this is the GOG version of the game that I'm playing? Although I haven't even advertised that this is the GOG version. Maybe I should always put in the title that this is the GOG version that I'm playing. Because I do enjoy GOG a lot. I've been buying more games in there again. When they're on sale, I just buy them. The first PG-13 films you ever watched were the Lord of the Rings series. Mom and Dad watched it with me when I was 13. I watched 18 rated movies when I was 12. That's if I could get a hold of them. I've watched Alien, Jaws, Friday the 13th, Jason, etc. since I was 5. Same here, Petri. The first pretty much R-rated movie that I ever saw was Rambo, First Blood. Well, not Rambo, it's just First Blood. That's the movie. That's what it's called, First Blood. But I was probably about 5 or 6 years old when I saw that the first time. It was at that moment, I remember the movie was a bootleg of First Blood because it had Dutch subtitles on it. But I did understand most of it because, not all of it, because I wasn't really still not yet good at English, but I was learning it because I pretty much learned to speak and write English when I was 6 years old. Actually I might have been about 6 then. So I kind of understood what they were talking about in the movie. But I do remember that I was covering my eyes when it was the moment before Rambo throws the stone at the helicopter and the guy and Garth falls off of the helicopter to his death. And we were covering our eyes, but I remember I did this, that I looked at it just when Rambo pulled up Garth to look at him and his face was all bloody and everything. I was just like, cool. Ever since then, I've just enjoyed movies with a lot of gore and blood and everything. I don't know. I think that was just the first time when I saw a person all bloodied and everything in a movie. I was like, that's so cool. And since then, when I've seen like Aliens, more Rambo, or whatever, and if there's blood and guts and body parts flying all over the place, I'm like, yes, carnage. Had a strong stomach as a kid. Me too. I was one of those little punks who would yell at my grandparents and mom for swearing or making rude comments. They couldn't even say stupid without me complaining. You're here because you felt like watching me and like Indiana Jones. Thanks. Needed something chill after this workday. Hopefully I'm doing that for you. You watched your first R-rated film a bit too early. You pirated it from the internet. Almost picked the RoboCop, but chickened out at the last minute and decided to pop your ratings cherry with a raunchy comedy instead. You picked Reno 911. I watched RoboCop when I was 8 years old. 8 years old? When did RoboCop come out? Was it 86? 87? I do remember I watched it a couple of years after it had come out. But the version that we had of RoboCop was actually heavily censored because of the Finnish censorship back in the day. They would cut off all blood and gore from movies. So the RoboCop that we saw had, like, let's see, I think in the beginning when they shoot Murphy, totally cut off. The whole shooting sequence, totally cut off. Then there was... well, all the blood and gore pretty much just cut out from the movie, and it was a horrible version of it too. Bad splatters from the 80s, R-rated, uncensored, were forbidden to sell back in the day in Finland. Yep, that's why RoboCop even... And also we had a version of Commando with all of the blood and gore taken out. So the final battle in the movie... The first 5 minutes, well, pretty much the whole sequence where he goes into the garden shed and kills all the soldiers, like with the pitchfork, and throws the saw blade to cut the scalp of one of them. Whole sequence cut off from the movie. Later on, when I found out that they were heavily censored versions and I saw the movies in their full uncut versions, I was elevated into gloriness. And now those two are two of my favorite action movies ever, Commando and RoboCop. Throughout your life, there have been only 3 films that have actually freaked you out and disturbed you. One was Human Centipede 2, that the film is just wrong. Yep. By the way, guys, have a favorite Star Trek? Wrath of Khan. Definitely Wrath of Khan. Unless you're talking about the TV shows, Next Generation. Another one was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Saw it when you were 19 and it really freaked you out. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a really freaky movie. The one with the whales, that's Star Trek 4. First time you saw Brain Dead? Probably when I was in my teens, I think. And it was the fully uncut version too. And it was hilarious. I saw it at pretty much the same time when I saw Bad Taste the first time. Freaking fantastic movies. Did they censor Toxic Waste Guy? Totally cut out from the movie, yes. Emil, when he drives into the toxic waste tank, that's the last scene with Emil. We never, in the censored version, you never see him walking around in the disgusting form or anything. All of those were just cut out from the movie. You could easily tell that it was heavily edited of a movie because many of the edits just didn't make any sense from how it cut from one scene to the next. The prize goes to I Spit on Your Grave. At age 13, you found an unmarked VHS tape in your house and made the fatal mistake of watching it. It was so disturbing, it's the only film to this day you actually switched it off. I Spit on Your Grave is an extremely disturbing movie as well. Were the runs replaced with laser pistols that always missed the like in the US cartoons in the 80s? Guns, not runs. No, the guns stayed normal. Everything else stayed normal, but if there was like heavy gore or other disturbing imagery, that was always censored away. Just totally just cut out from the movies. Cannot go wrong with the Wrath. Cannot. Wrath of Khan is an excellent Star Trek movie. And in my opinion, the best. Interesting. To be honest, you had a hard time deciding between Wrath, Long Journey Home, and Undiscovered Land. They're all good movies in their own merits, but just the Wrath is the best. Hey there, Mr. Tompa. Anyone watch the Serbian film? I have. You made a mistake ordering that on DVD. Why would you order that on DVD? Kuume saatana pielle. I hope you get better soon, Tomppa. Toivottavasti paranet peja. Juot vaan lämmintä ja vaatteita päälle. Been there, same age, except the unmarked VHS was straight up porn. That happens. Yeah, you watched a Serbian film, was disturbing, not as bad as the films you've mentioned. Yeah, Serbian film is really disgusting. It's all that's what it is, just disgusting. It's not even, but it's I don't know. It's just disgusting, that's all it is. Not even disturbing, just disgusting. Wasn't unmarked VHS cassettes half the plot of The Ring? Pretty much it is the plot of The Ring. You found porn? Yes, under the cabinet in your room. I don't know how it got there. Why would it be under the cabinet in your room? A VHS that has porn in it. Was it any good? Can't believe I just asked that. Was it any good porn? Unmarked VHS full of porn? Never good porn. Probably just, I do remember I also found, when I was younger, probably 13, 14, and I found an unmarked VHS in my brother's room, and I was like, hey, there might be a good movie, because he had hidden, like, the Commando and everything from me that I wouldn't watch gory, bloody movies. But that was full of porn, and it was the worst porn ever, because it was those German dubbed ones where it just it was like, how can I watch this? Even if you muted it, you were like, well, no, this is not exciting at all. But I saw some boobies, yay! I can honestly say I never found porn tapes or magazines in our house. My mom used to live in that room too, and had a friend who said, hey, hold this VHS for me for a while. She never checked it out. Asking the important questions. We tossed it, of course. They dubbed the grunts and groans? No, it was all dubbed in German. It was all the dialogue and everything it was dubbed in German. That's how they did in Germany. They dub everything, even porn. So it was just everybody, you can see that they're talking English, but they're actually dubbed in German. And then they when they go do the stuff, the thing with the stuff, you know, with the penis into the vagina, all you just hear is just them talking and talking. It's not just but there's also just shut up and have sex, man. When you don't see their faces, they just jabber on. It's the woman talking to the man, man talking back to the woman. It's supposed to be sexy, but it's like, shut the fuck up already. It's like non-stop talking. It's really annoying. If you look up, if you can find somewhere German dubbed porn, you'll just find it how annoying it is. Because they never shut the hell up. Alright, let's open the Grail Diary. Per sonos sepulchrum aperies. By manuscript of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen. The excerpt uses an obscure musical notation, and I am not sure why it never has more than 6 different notes. So the highest and the lowest. Okay, let's see. So that's that would be E. I remember my friend being all worked about the HC porn, as in hardcore porn, and it was just a woman rubbing herself with bikinis on for ever an hour, and all you saw was a bikini. Hot. We were so disappointed that he never heard the end of it. They dub everything as a standard in those days. Yep. So did the French, the Spanish, and also Russian. But actually, these days, Russians still do that. They dub everything. Just one man reading everything that they have told him to read out loud. Listen, porn is all about the dialogue, okay? Okay, if that's your stuff. I'm not kink-shaming you or anything, but if you enjoy the chatter in it, I mean, if that's your thing, good on you. Had that happen to a Harry Potter movie, the tape was playing fine, and then screen static and the tape started bleeding out of the player. It was your cousin's copy at the time, too. Damn. The tape got caught, yep. I hated when that happened. You had to manually roll the tape back in and then hope that it worked again. Oh, please, porn dialogue? I got your pizza right here, $12.
Want Texas payment?
Why, sure. Porn and dialogue? That's never good when it gets chewed up. No matter how hard you try to fix it, that section of the film will have static and distorted audio. Yep. Don't forget the plot. Yeah. Porn has also the important stuff about porn. Dialogue, plot. Alright, let's use this skull xylophone then. I may have screwed it up already. I'll reset it. If this can be called a reset. Let's make a save. Play the skulls. And then when you roll the tape back in, the picture never looked as good as it was before. Yeah, there's always that section that gets really wrinkled, and that's when that part of the movie never looked good. Wasn't there a pirates porn movie with CGI and a plot? There's tons of porn parody movies out there, Goblin. A lot of them. I think they're called that this isn't Pirates of the Caribbean XXX Adventure or something like that. Just to differentiate that they use the real movie's title, but they add that this isn't or something like that, and then add afterwards the XXX that it's the porn of it. There's too many of them. Just look up one, you'll find them all. Fooled your interest in equipment tech in high school. Cool. My favorite porn is the non-fiction kind, where the performers actually talk candidly about the scene that they're doing and stuff like that. Almost feels like how it's made, but for porn. And plot holes? Of course there's gonna be holes of some kind. Jup, you haven't even seen the legendary "Why is there? Hey, why are you wearing a mask? Want to fuck" scene. Can't recall where it was, but some cinema owner, after finding the popularity of Sound of Music, cut the songs out of it to be able to play more repeats of it per day. What? What? Actually, my mostly porny film was Basic Instinct, or maybe a Lady with the Dragon Tattoo. This is going to be a great Twitch recording, eh? Well, we're just talking about it and other stuff. We're not showing anything, we're just talking. I'd love to see some Victorian porn as portrayed in Family Guy. Not actual sex, just couples denying it. Alright, so... let's take a look at that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm guessing I need to push this one first. No, that's the highest. Okay. Highest, second lowest, second highest, second lowest. No, wait. That's the highest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still 5, but there's 6 of them. So that's second highest. Middle. Lowest. I did not do it! Speaking of which, has anyone else totally lost track of the game by now? What game? Yeah. One fascinating thing I found about VHS machines was how it progressed. Early machines were super complex with lots of parts everywhere. One of the final waves was like a city landscape, so flat with several high-rise structures like pure art. My god, do I hate these sound puzzles. Was watching one of those spaghetti westerns I bought from a compilation DVD. I swear to god the dialogue had stuff like this. I hear if you go to that town, you stay there for life. Yes, and if you go in there, you never come back out. Yep, that's a typical western dialogue. Favorites are the double-deckers. Let you watch the tape and copy it at the same time. Ah, bad dubbing. I love you. I love you. What are the westerns that you have on the compilation? Do you remember any names? I'm curious because I love spaghetti westerns. I wonder if there was something that I missed. Or maybe they're just dead ends. But you never know, there might be a room down here that we can go to. You had a DVD VHS combo in the early 200s, the 2000s. Yeah, I mean, we had that too. We were able to watch VHS tapes and then record them to the DVD, so we could keep them in a DVD format, but the VHS quality. Swear to God, I heard the narrator say almost these exact words in a cheesy murder documentary on YouTube. But tonight it was different from all others. This time would be different. It would be different? Wow. Sadly, it had some BS copy protection so you couldn't record on tape while watching DVD. That sucks. Hey there, Mikhail. You can even find that documentary and paste it in the Discord. Do it. Speaking of VHS tips, back in the 90s, some local politicians would drop video cassettes in your letterbox with a label on the front saying, if you care for your country, then watch this and pass it on. It was filled with political propaganda, so someone I know, who I'm not naming, recorded over it by placing a video camera between his legs and recording a super close-up of himself jacking off before putting it to someone else's ultimate troll with VHS. This was called on the DVD back cover, but with a different title when you see it because they didn't translate it, The Bounty Killer. It doesn't sound familiar. I wish I could have seen the look on the person's face who saw that, yeah. I mean, that would have been the ultimate prize from that, so actually getting to see who watches that video. It wasn't Goblin who did it, Petri. Goblin specified that it was his friend who did it. When I was a kid, VHS was the greatest thing around, especially when copying was possible and the local rental store offered a prize machine for free rentals. And I was unstoppable on playing it. What PC do I have? I don't know. Don't ask me technical stuff, Mikhail, because I have no idea what I would need to tell you. Nobody should ever ask me the specs of my PC, because I could never tell them. Could he be identified by his jack? This was in 1996 or something, don't know. Well, I hope that he wasn't recognized. I'm sure he kept his face out of the picture when he was filming it. I didn't know the video camera back then anyway, but this guy's dad had one. Spidey has a gray one. No, mine is actually black with the red highlights. I know it's an Acer Predator. That's all I remember about it. That is an Acer Predator. And the graphics card is an NVIDIA GTX 970. The last ever VHS you ever bought in retail was in 2006, and it was a compilation of various SpongeBob episodes. A week later, all the VHSs were gone. I think the last VHS that I ever got was... I don't even remember. It's been such a long time ago. Oh, I have so changed in those viewpoints. Now I hate the room those tapes eat up and buy everything on DVD. Soon to go all HDD. Someday. One more fun movie cutting fact. Chuck Norris, before he showed his movies to his kids, cut out all the fights because he didn't want them to see violent scenes. That is true. Daddy doesn't want to show his kids how he beat up bad guys. When he said gray one, I thought he was talking about your wang, given the conversation. Yeah, my wang is gray, but my computer is black, and with red lights and everything. Oh, Mikhail, you think I'm playing this on an old computer? No. This is on an emulator, Mikhail. This is an emulator. I don't have any old computers to play these games with. What do you think this is, 1995? I don't do that shit. I leave that to Kilgore Trout. He plays the games in real hardware. I use emulators. You're still in the base? Yeah, but we're about to get out of it, Gabriel. They sold VHS in '06. Yep, they still did. But a year later, in 2007, I think that's when VHS went away. You got some VHS recently, a Red Skeleton show collection. Some things just don't go to DVD as far as you know. Yeah, there are still hundreds of movies and TV shows that have not gotten a DVD release. But at least there is Criterion that is working on getting all the movies into DVD quality. So, gotta give props to Criterion Collection that they actually are working on getting everything to... not to be on just VHS and lost and forgotten. You want a Windows XP computer. You just use a virtual machine. Well, you can also get an XP computer. I mean, that's not a difficult thing to do. No wonder everyone has started talking story and shooting the shit. This is the room with the jail door. Yep. The very best way to weather a maze in live streams? That and alcohol. I don't think alcohol would help. This looks like the casket of the lost knight. Wow. Can we also see? Thanks. The shield is the second marker Donovan spoke of. Let's see. It mentions the ancient city of Alexandretta. Today, the city of Iskenderun is built on its ruins. We'll find the grail near there. Can we use the old book with the casket? No. That doesn't seem to work. Is there anything else that we can do here? Apparently not. Can I get an XP computer and get a virtual Windows 10 emulator? I don't think that works the other way around. Well, it wouldn't help the person solving the maze. Yeah, it wouldn't. If that happens, I want to see a video of it running. We need our designated maze solver. God, me too. That would be cool, Goblin. Sure that isn't a statue of a skeleton? Well, it looked like a statue, but it is supposed to be a real skeleton. Actually, this whole room looks like what Hollywood would build to represent a crypt. Well, this is pretty much what they build in the movie. I'm sure they've gotten a crude version of Windows running on a C64. I think so too. Somebody did that. I don't see anything special about it. How about you open the lock? Like that, with glorious sound effects. And now we save. Finally done with the maze. All caps, because I'm done. They actually did well a crude interface that resembles Windows and has a few hard-coded apps. Dr. Jones, I've been looking all over for you. Indy! Marcus! I found out where your father is. He's being held captive in a Brunwald castle in the Austrian-German border. Great! And I found out where the grail is. It's in Iskenderun. Of course, Iskenderun. Marcus, why are you all wet? Don't ask. Okay, I'll rescue Dad. You meet me in Iskenderun. Sure. No trouble. I'll be off now. Where is Iskenderun? That's Marcus Brody for you. I'll go scout around. Evil.
All right, I'll stay in the car.
Come back in a few minutes. Evil! This really feels like I'm going to be playing some Wolfenstein or something, doesn't it? I mean, it's like the premise that we're gonna storm the castle in Wolfenstein. There was a guy in, I believe, 2017 who hooked up the internet to an Amiga and had it send and receive emails. Publicly. Yeah, I think that happened too, yeah. I think basic Windows could be emulated, get a rousing game of solitaire going, or take some notes in Notepad. The actress who plays Dr. Schneider is an absolute stunner in the movie. Yeah, she is a very good-looking woman. Yes, very attractive. I was so sure you would have to do something with the shield. Yeah, I was sure too, because that happens in the movie. I almost just asked, why is that old woman dining with a swan? But it's actually her cat. Gotta grab some food, BRB, alright. I mistook its tail for a neck head and its head for a tail. Could go for an Iskender. Iskender kebab, what else? Totally not evil Nazi castle. They're totally not a Nazi place. Me oleme Iskater. Totally not a Nazi place. Why is there an Iron Maiden? Hello! And who might you be? Lord Robert McAlpha. I'm here to inspect the tapestries. Tapestries? Are you deaf, man? Now bottle off to Lord Brunwald. Don't be silly, that wouldn't even work in a great B adventure film. Perhaps not, but this would. It just... That did it, just... Arg. Me childhood. This is a part in the game when I played it back in the day that I would never be able to get through. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the castle. Now that's a mean-looking German Shepherd. Sir, you sent for me? Yes, I would want you to protect the priceless painting we just acquired. Priceless, but it's just a painting of an old cup. Silence! The Fiora is very interested in it. Do you dare to question the Fiora's judgment? No, sir. Then leave me and return to your post. Yes, Colonel Vogel. You're supposed to click your heels before you leave. Dumbass. Iron Maidens are nice conversation pieces. Yeah, but also, they don't really make good, you know, the butler's gone. Dun dun dun. This was probably heavily censored in Germany. Yep. Did this have fists, etc. options? Nope, this has fists. There is no options for fisticuffs. It just has them. But I will be able to, you know, talk myself out of things if I'm lucky. Let's just resave. Overwrite the same save. Quick, hide in the Iron Maiden. I can't touch the Iron Maiden. Love the doghouse. We just have to hope that I find the uniform. It looks kind of ratty. Dad wouldn't like it. Of course he wouldn't like it, because it's not in pristine condition. Anybody else see this purple line on the ground here? I guess it's just a graphical glitch, because it's a part of the tapestry, apparently. You mean game modes like in Atlantis? No, we already discussed that in the beginning. There is no such thing. It's in Atlantis only, not here. Hello? Ah, the kitchen. Can we get some grog from this? Any mugs around here that I need to carry? Got nothing to say? Okay. Nothing to pick up from there. No tentacle chow or anything. It's the biggest roast boar I've ever seen. It will take a long time to eat it. It's gonna take a long time to roast it. And somebody's not here marinating it? Come on, cook. You need to be there watching it 24/7 and keep marinating it. Otherwise, it's gonna be dry as fuck. Nobody's gonna eat that because it's so freaking dry. That's what you need to do with a roast. You just spin it on the spit and you keep marinating it so it keeps it juicy and greasy. Nobody wants a dry roast. Ugh. I mean, it might taste good, but the texture is awful. I know my cooking. What of it? Jealous. I mean, I'm a grill meister myself. I know how to barbecue. Stop spoiling this game for me. I've never played it through it and had planned to do so. Then don't watch it. Hello, my good friend. Hello, and how are you? May I get you another drink? Thank you. Here, take my beer, Stein. Alright, let's get this Stein into the kitchen. Then we use the Stein on the spigot. Cool. I don't see anything special about it. No, it's just a spigot. Oh, inventory ought to say Stein too. Yeah, that would have been hilarious if it actually did say Stein. Hello, my good friend. Offer an item. The Stein. Take this Stein. Here. Hey, thanks lots. So he's been taken care of. This window hasn't been open in centuries. I can't budge it. It's not the kind of window that opens. No, you cannot drink it yourself. You just need to use it to solve a puzzle like that. There is something... maybe I haven't been to this one, right? Yeah. There is a room that we need to go into to open the window to get to the upper parts. Isn't there also some baloney or anything that I can pick up from here? Maybe it's self-marinating. No, could be. Maybe they like it super dry. Nobody should like it super dry. Here you just go case by case of whether you fight or you try to bluff and puzzle your way around. When possible to choose. Yep. And somebody made a joke, apparently. I'm scrolling up on the chat here. Quick question. Why is a German soldier greeting you in English? Because... he was drunk? You have to watch it because you're a SpiderMwa supporter. Well, thank you. But you don't need to watch these if you are going to play these games yourself. I mean, Jace didn't watch my Fallout 1 streams because he wants to play the games for himself. And he has said that to me for 2 years now. And he still hasn't played the games. Jace, why haven't you played Fallout yet? Get to it already, man. Because I want to play Fallout 2 in the streams as well. That's almost as funny as people complaining that MST3K has the people talk over the movie when they're trying to watch. He must be a British spy. You think that's ale you're drinking? Gabriel, are you making a reference to the Matrix parody video where they just fart? Gabriel, are you taking the piss? This game is basically get alcohol a bunch of times but never drink it because it's only used for puzzles. The game. No, that was just the only one where you get the... that would be a epistemological matter. Hei there, Mursu. Hyvää iltaa. Alright, work time. Take care, Jump. Have a good day at work. So let's see, is there anything here on the shelves? No. Can we pick up the whole freaking roast? Ouch! It's too hot. I don't see anything special about it. Turn off the hot coals? That doesn't seem to work. That represented the soldier spitting out the ale that he has just been told isn't. Gotcha. You think that's ale you're breeding? Or drinking? I got the feeling that I'm missing something. Hello, my good friend. What are you doing here? Me? Yeah, say, why any of us put in this life? An interesting question. What do you think? I think I need another drink. I think I need another drink. I'll say. Push the window. Pull the window. Use whip with the window. Oh, my good friend. So what are you doing here? I didn't expect to find a philosopher here. They are all serving in this castle. Anyone I should avoid? The people on the third floor can be nasty when he's sober. And watch out for the textbook Nazi who minds the alarm. Maybe if I got the Stein from him again, I could use it to get some more beer and give it to somebody else. Hello, and how are you? Terrible. I'd rather fail. Maybe I get you another drink? Thank you, this would be a Stein. Honey beer with a cute bee label on the can. A whip. Hey there, Cup of Morning Joe. Or Mr. Cup. Found the GOG Fallout receipt. It was in December 2013. Jace, I am disappointed. You still have a basement to search. Maybe there is a crowbar or something. Oh yeah. Well, let's use the Stein, or the spigot with the Stein. After this puzzle, he immediately dies of liver failure. Oh, how I wish. At least I am armed with a Stein full of beer. So let's see what we find in this area. A nice, very colorful green rug. Hello? Halt! Halt! Oh shit. Halt! Are you here on official business? Hi, I'm selling fine leather jackets like the one I'm wearing. Jackets? What? Who let you in here? I've got authorization. How else would I get here? I won't buy that jacket or your story. Then let me give it to you. No charge. I want a medal for my boxing skills. So, have at thee! Gotcha. Nothing on him. If I remember correctly, if I beat one of them up, they might have like a salami on them or something. Now this is a fancy looking place. Even got a Zeppelin up and back there. Hello there, Templar. How are you doing? It's in great shape. Late 10th century, I'd say. After this was round 1, fight. Yep. I wonder who that is in the picture up there. When you KO'd him, those stars being around his head were actually swastikas. I didn't notice. Nice little detail. Instead of seeing stars, they see swastikas. Aha! This is what we were looking for. It's a servant uniform. It's just my size. Now let's pick that up. It's an officer's uniform. It's just my size. How quaint. Strange, it's locked into the clothes rack. Damn. Why is it locked? I wonder why they're using such a big lockshelf for these uniforms. Well, maybe somebody might be trying to steal them, you know? So we need to find a key. Great. Oops. Nope. Get back. Back. So use the servant uniform. Censored! Indiewear, trademarked by Lucasfilm. Now we are a servant walking around the corridor. Just for trying to find our way back into our father. We are trying to find our father. Ah, okay. So there's 2 entryways into this place. Good to know. Yep. Who told you that you could wander around here? I'm on an errand for one of your fellow soldiers. Really? What is the nature of this errand? I am bringing him a drink. What kind of drink? Just a stein of good German beer. Drinking on duty is not allowed. It slows the reflexes. Let's see how yours are. Have a tea! Hey. No, I don't want text speed. I almost lost. I found 50 marks on him. Good. Now we can bribe somebody. If we're lucky. And this is why I hate this game. When you KO him, you expected a big guy like him to have more punching power. Can we open this? Nope. We got Indiewear. And we got money. We're in the money. And I'm going to die if I go into another fist fight. I mean, it's a definite death if I get into a fist fight. Great. There were 50 marks in there. Now this is like Castle Wolfenstein. A servant here? Wait a moment. You're no servant. See what I mean? After recovering consciousness, our hero Indiana Jones was forced to polish Hitler's ancient artifacts for the rest of Hitler's life. And since Hitler's people successfully located the Holy Grail, this was a very long time. Can I do this tomorrow? I don't feel up to doing all this fighting and exploring and puzzling today anymore. Does your health not regenerate? Nope! That's why I said I hate these sections. Why I always failed in this part, because it doesn't regenerate! And every move you do takes a little bit of your health away. So if you dodge, or you block, or you punch, it all whittles a little bit of your health away. Ugh. It's better for me to continue tomorrow, because I can't handle this. Turrican, shut up. My stream, I do what I want. You are not into control of me, I am into control of you. Be careful what you say, you might get muted. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining the live stream. And I hope that you all enjoyed so far. And I really do hope that I will be able to play this game through, because I do want to play this game through, because I have never done it. So it'll be a goal for me to play this game through. Ah, first aid kits. First aid kits. I wonder if there are any. Hopefully there are. You do regenerate, but the enemy does as well. Yep. And remember to watch some classic movies. Yeah, everybody should. Mew, I order you to go watch all of the Indiana Jones movies immediately, except the Crystal Skull one. All the others. Go watch them immediately. Kiitoksia striimistä, sitten ei kerännyt kauaa seurata. No sori vaan Mursus. Tultiin ja myöhään mun striimeihin. Ja Paatokin oli täällä. Kappas vaan. See you tomorrow, adios. There are some in the castle. I guess I just need to find them. But thank you! And all that, and you guys to take care of yourselves. And remember, don't wear your thumbs. Why is my camera so slow? Sudden lag on the camera. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Monelta sä yleensä aloitat? 8. Tasan 8. No siinä on 15 minuuttia ekaksi on pre-streami musiikkia, mutta 8. Aina tasan 8. Se on ollut mulla jo pitkään se aikataulu, että aina 8. Also, don't fight Nazis unless you have more than 1 health. Yep, that's also a good rule. Täällä laittaa herätyskello soimaan kello 8. Hyvä poika. just talking with Mursu about when I start my live stream. It's always 8 o'clock for me. So he's Finnish, of course, so he has the same timeline and all the time zone. But yeah, we'll continue from here tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Bye.